ESOL information for families. This presentation is for families of the students in the ESOL program that want to understand more about the program. ESOL stands for English for Students of Other Languages. To be multilingual is a great benefit academically, and being a part of multiple cultures will help the student develop many more abilities. Identification process for students receiving services from the ESOL program. The first step is to identify which students will receive services. This will happen during registration. When you register your student, you will be given a home language survey. This will ask if your student speaks another language, if the family speaks another language at home, if your student received language services at a different school, or if the student moved from another country. Based on your responses in the home language survey, school personnel will be alerted that the student needs to be evaluated. The student will be evaluated by taking the WIDA screener test. The WIDA screener will evaluate the student's ability to speak, read, write, and understand the English language. When the student is in kindergarten, they will only be tested in comprehension and oral expression. This is because they don't read or write yet. All other students from other grade levels will be evaluated in all 4 domains: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. With the WIDA screener, school personnel will determine if there are some areas in the English language in which they can improve. School personnel sends a letter home to notify the parent or guardian that the student will receive ESOL services. After every year the student is enrolled, they will take the access exam. This is to evaluate them in the same domains. With this exam, school personnel will see the progression in the English language. When the student is reaching or has reached English proficiency, it is time for them to exit the ESOL program. ESOL program services. Students will be assigned an ESOL teacher. ESOL teachers are qualified in working with the students in acquiring their English language skills. The ESOL program tries its best to not segregate the students from the group. The student will be learning academic material at their grade level, and even when they come from another country, they will not go back to kindergarten. They might go back a year or so, but they will not have to start all over. They will be given modified, academically appropriate materials. ESOL teachers work with general education teachers to support the student and will even be present in the general education classes, depending on the services the student needs. Based on their progression in the access test, the ESOL teacher will determine if the student needs more or less services and what the services will look like. In some cases, the teacher will come into the classroom to work with your student. In other cases, the student may be pulled out to receive more services. Parents and guardians' responsibilities. You may ask yourself as a parent, what can I do? First, we ask that you fully and honestly fill out the home language survey. Second, know your rights. If you would like to refuse services, you can make an appointment with the ESOL teacher and sign the refusal of service form. Every year, you may change your mind about this. Even if the student isn't receiving services, they will continue taking the access exam until the student reaches English proficiency. And number 3, contact the ESOL teacher if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about your student, their progress, or the services that they are receiving. For more information about the ESOL program, contact the ESOL teacher. Remember that it is important to communicate and engage in your students' academics.